Hey, what is going on, everyone? I'm so glad you took your time to spend with me right here today. I am your co-host of the MRB Wrestling Review Show, Mike Big Rock Wilson, and last night was Friday Night SmackDown. The show kicked off with Miz TV when Randy Orton and Sheamus voiced their opinions on who should be their tag team partner in a six-man tag team match against The Shield at WrestleMania 29. And I like that throughout the show, Randy Orton was the voice of reason between Sheamus and the Big Show, and bringing up the recent past history is a good thing because, you know, we're going to get that out of the way so that Randy Orton could sort of try to separate the two of them. And Booker T came out later on and made a six-man tag team match for the main event. And I like that he didn't reveal on who their opponents were because of the build-up and the chemistry between Randy Orton, Sheamus, and the Big Show. And just to see how they would team together as a cohesive unit. And I like that the match is a classic six-man where one side they work very well with each other, and in the other that the other three on the other opposing team are very explosive and they could be separated, and there's tension building with those three. And I like that classic six-man match coming up for WrestleMania. It's very classic. I like what's happening right now with the six-man tag team match, and these are the things that give me interested in a match where there's more than multiple people involved. And with that being said, Booker T made a match for the main event. It's a six-man tag team match, and I'll get to that later on. Also last night, Mark Henry in a one-on-one confrontation defeated Zack Ryder. What happened to Zack Ryder's career? It's just gone completely downhill. But at least that something good came out of that. After Mark Henry won the match, Ryback and Mark Henry had a little face-to-face, and I like that there was space involved when one was in one corner and the other was in the other. And when they collided, Ryback took down Mark Henry. He's sort of, a tease in their matchup coming at WrestleMania, and I like that little tease because it's more build-up to their match. Also last night, Dolph Ziggler went one-on-one with Kofi Kingston, and the only thing that I really didn't quite understand is Dolph Ziggler facing Kofi Kingston. I don't mind that I don't mind the wrestling match itself, but what I do mind is that Dolph Ziggler needed to face either Daniel Bryan or Kane to build some momentum, and also to create some build-up to the tag team match for the tag team titles at WrestleMania. Also last night, in a rematch from last week, Chris Jericho went one-on-one with the Real American Jack Swagger with his manager Zeb Coulter. We the people. That's what Jack Swagger's famous for saying right now. And what I like about this is that they never really focused on the World Heavyweight Championship much, because Alberto Del Rio didn't show up because he was attending to an injured Ricardo Rodriguez after what happened Monday Night on Raw when Jack Swagger really twisted Ricardo's ankle with the Patriot Lock. And so I like that there is less focus on that, and there is more focus on a upcoming build-up, hopefully at WrestleMania, to a match between Chris Jericho and Fandango. At least there's something going on between the two of them, and I think this is the right move for Fandango because Chris Jericho can elevate any superstar, and I mentioned this before where it don't matter if Chris Jericho wins or loses a match anymore. He is to that level where he can, make anyone else look good in the ring as long as Chris Jericho is looking good as well, which he has been ever since he returned at the Royal Rumble. So with that being said, I would love to see this match between Fandango and Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. I think right now there's build up right now. Let's keep the ball rolling. Also last night, Sweet Tea is what they call him, Tensai, and Brodus Clay along with the Funkadactyls. Those two in a tag team match between Rhodes Scholars, and the Rhodes Scholars in their corner are the Bella Twins. Already, I like that that there's already tension between the Bellas and the Cameron and Naomi, the Funkadactyls, from last week in a backstage segment to a cat fight. Ding ding ding, there goes the bell. And I like that the match ended in a no contest, because what would that do to Brodus Clay and Tensai if they lost? They would lose momentum if they are a legitimate tag team right now. And I also like that Tensai right now is looking more like Brodus Clay with the attire and his wardrobe. And a good thing they got rid of his red trunks, because at that time they really didn't feel like a team, but now they're looking more like a team, and I like that. And I wouldn't mind seeing if this match could potentially be a #1 contenders match, maybe at WrestleMania, between Rhodes Scholars and Brodus Clay and Tensai. We'll see what happens in the more weeks to come to the build-up for WrestleMania. Also last night, Antonio Cesaro in a non-title match faced The Miz. Now, Wade Barrett has vested interest in Antonio Cesaro's opponent, The Miz, because it seems to be that there's going to be a match between Wade Barrett and the Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. That I don't mind. It's too bad they had to drop the storyline with Barrett and Bo Dallas. I really don't like when WWE really drops the ball on Dallas and he moves back down the ladder to NXT. I really don't like that, because there was build-up to a Bo Dallas and Wade Barrett Intercontinental Championship match, and I don't know what happened. What the heck happened? Did I miss something? It just went way over my head. Oh well. But, and another thing I didn't like was that Antonio Cesaro was used as a stepping stone. Once again, the WWE continues to do this when a champion is in a situation where the opponent will utilize that momentum in an upcoming match for WrestleMania. That I really don't like. But somehow I don't mind that Wade Barrett will be facing The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. I don't mind that. But I think that The Miz needs to work on really resonating with the WWE Universe as a good guy. I think The Miz should really work on that more if he were to face Barrett for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. And the main event was The Big Show, Randy Orton, and Sheamus to take on 3MB. I mean, who better? Really. Right now there's only a couple of 3-person groups right now. There are 3MB and The Shield, and I like that they face 3MB because it makes sense, because they are a cohesive unit, and so is The Shield. And Randy Orton, Sheamus, and The Big Show, as I mentioned earlier, there's tension between those three, and let's just see what happens when they face The Shield at WrestleMania. Maybe a Big Show heel turn. Maybe he'll be the leader of The Shield, because The Shield really needs a missing leader. Another thing I mentioned before, and I think that's what they need right now. Well, that's all the time I have for you on this review of Friday Night SmackDown. I am your co-host of the MRB Wrestling Review Show, Mike McRock Wilson, signing out. Get plenty of rest, and always do your best.